All right. Testing. Mic check. Mic check. Three, two, one. We're live streaming. Live streaming part three. 3 times in a row. Live streaming on the same day. I live streamed early in the morning, but I fell asleep. But I woke up, should be full of energy. Soon I'll be going out in the community neighborhood, doing my pool attendant shift, and it's hot. So sorry if I have my shirt off. But all right, let's kick off this live stream part three. Good day, viewers. This is General Sunbeam with another public awareness, community safety, and open discussion live stream. Before proceeding, I want to begin with a viewer discussion notice and a clarification about free expression. So first off, as usual, viewers' discretion is advised. This live stream may include serious community concerns, safety incidents, medical emergencies, public conduct, policy enforcement, personal opinions, and other mature subjects that may not be suitable for every audience. Viewer discretion is advised. This program is presented as commentary, personal expression, community discussion, and independent media content. I believe strongly in the principles of the First Amendment of the United States Constitution, including freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of the press, peaceful assembly, and the ability to raise concerns about matters affecting the public or the general public. I support open door discussions protected under many policies called the open door policies. I support people being able to express opinions, ask difficult questions, disagree respectfully and politely, and speak honestly, transparently without being intimidated or retaliated into silence. However, I also want to be precise. The First Amendment primarily protects people against improper government restrictions on protected expression. Well, yeah, I really want to disagree with that. The First Amendment primarily protects people against improper government restrictions on protected expression. It does not mean that every private platform, or it does not mean that every private platform, employer, business, community association, or individual must publish or agree with everything a person says. It also does not create complete immunity from criticism, moderation, workplace rules, private property policies, or lawful consequences. When I refer to speaking freely, I mean speaking responsibly and truthfully without unnecessary fear of retaliations or blackmail or any form of reprisals. I do not mean threatening people, harassing people, exposing private information, doxing, spreading knowingly false claims or false narratives or the cancel cultures, interfering with emergency responders, or encouraging others to violate lawful rules. An open discussion should remain an informed and civil discussion in a respectful manner. People may disagree with me, and I understand that. People may disagree with me. Viewers may respectfully challenge what I say, but I'm all about facts, not opinions. So what I say is all considered opinions, personal opinions. So viewers may respectfully challenge what I say, and again, that's the definition of politics. Management may clarify a policy. A platform may enforce its terms. None of that automatically means that someone's constitutional rights have been violated. My purpose here for my previous live stream and for this live stream is to speak openly, to communicate to the general public of the internet, to social medias like Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, to all the social medias out there for all the internet users that care to hear me out, speaking my thoughts freely, expressing my thoughts and all that. is to speak openly, present my observations, encourage safety, public general safety and awareness, and allow reasonable discussion while recognizing that free expression also carries responsibility. I am also speaking in my personal capacity. I am not presenting myself as an attorney, medical professional, certified lifeguard, or official spokesperson for Boulder Ridge or so, or any employers in general, or final authority on management policy. Again, I'm just here to speak openly based on my observation, just going by what I saw, what I see, and to communicate to spread safety, general safety, and awareness to reduce criminal activity to keep everyone safe. We all want to come home safe. It's all fun and games until someone gets hurt. That's kind of why I'm communicating here and doing this live stream based on what I saw here on the internet, online, and IRL, in real life, in real time, offline. I'm documenting and I'm expressing all this here. So that way it is all here on the internet, all part of the history, the internet archive, and all that. Whether that's on Wikipedia, people.com, or various news, or if any of my live stream is clipped to be shared as, I don't know, what's it called? Shared as fair use from other YouTubers, other YouTube and Rumble documentarians, news reporters, and all that. I mean, I'm just making a name for myself and just speaking honestly and earnestly here to address to the general public of the internet, to all social medias, so that way that at least somebody can go home safe and that there aren't a lot of problems. Because I've been seeing a lot of news, there's a lot of lives lost, a lot of earthquakes, a lot of natural disasters, diseases, a lot of panics, and a lot of corruption, as they say on regarding the president of the United States, the world leaders, and all that. I mean, there's a lot of atrocities. War is going to keep happening, global warming, all that. I don't want it to be like George Orwell's 1942 or 1982, like George Orwell's the dystopian author that writes all these stories, books. I don't want to. I don't want it to end up like that. So I am just being me myself. I'm not presenting myself as anything other than just being me myself. So current posted rules and official communications from Boulder Ridge management remains the controlling sources. So check with them, get with the office, and yeah. With that disclaimer addressed, I want to move into today's primary community safety discussions. So once again, viewer discretion is advised. There may be political insensitivity. Anything that's considered mature it is not for every viewers or every audience out there. I want to focus on general awareness, swimming pool safety, personal responsibility, and the Boulder Ridge residential community in the Pflugerville area, South Pflugerville area. Let's start with Boulder Ridge, the community residential neighborhood of Boulder Ridge, right around here, right here. Boulder Ridge is not merely a pool or recreational location. It is a residential neighborhood where people live, raise families, maintain homes, receive guests, walk, drive, and share community amenities. It is basically you're living on the park. You're living in the park side here. The pool, clubhouse, streets, sidewalks, parking spaces, playgrounds, and other common areas are shared spaces. It's pretty much ready to eat for everyone. That means everyone has a responsibility to use those spaces respectfully. So again, that means everyone has a responsibility to use those spaces respectfully. For residents, guests, regular swimmers, families, and people. So again, for residents, guests, regular swimmers, families, and people who have used the pool repeatedly over the years, the basic safety expectations should not be surprising. Yeah, it should not be surprising as you already know the rules. And I will say it as it is. I'll reiterate once more on enforcing and reminding all the residents, guests, and regular swimmers, families of Boulder Ridge community neighborhoods. The rules are posted. The rules are posted. They are there. They're visibly there. The rules have been communicated. Regular pool users should make an effort to read them, understand them, and follow them consistently. Take a picture, record it, share it, spread the word. Appreciate it, which I'm doing right now, which I've been doing on Facebook and YouTube. I've been sharing it and communicating that regularly and making a hard, conscious effort to remind the Boulder Ridge residents and neighborhoods to follow the pool rules. Using the pool frequently does not create an exception. So again, using the pool frequently does not create an exception. Being familiar with the neighborhood does not create an exception. Being a strong swimmer does not create an exception. Being an adult does not create an exception. The same reasonable safety expectation apply every time someone enters the pool enclosure. Most importantly, there is no lifeguard on duty. Swim at your own risk. Must be taken seriously. It means there is no dedicated certified lifeguard continuously watching every swimmer, scanning the water or preparing to perform an immediate aquatic rescue. A pool attendant is not automatically a lifeguard. A pool attendant may observe general activity, communicate rules, report hazards, help maintain order, inspect portions of the amenity area, and contact management or emergency assistance. However, the attendant cannot guarantee that every illness, injury, underwater emergency, or unsafe decisions will be seen immediately. Do not enter the water assuming that an attendant is personally watching you at every moment, especially if you don't like being observed or being watched. I would agree with that because I don't really like to over observe or watch or stare. I mean, I'm respecting privacy and I don't want to feel like I'm over surveilling here. So do not enter the water assuming that an attendant is personally watching you at every moment. So just be mindful that I am just casually observing, just watching the area, make sure everyone's swimming safely and having fun. I don't like to violate anyone's privacy. I don't like over surveilling, surveillance or overwatching. Oh, I don't believe in all that. I respect your privacy and all that. But so I would agree with that. But do not expect me to be like a lifeguard. I am not a lifeguard, even though I am studying and trying to be a certified lifeguard just to have on the record on the side. But I am not a lifeguard. Do not do not assume another swimmer will rescue you. So do not assume another swimmer will rescue you. Do not leave a child or non-swimmer unattended because an employee is somewhere near the pool. Parents and legal guardians remain responsible for directly supervising their children. Adults remain responsible for knowing their own swimming ability, health limitations, medication concerns, exhaustion level, and physical condition. So parents and legal guardians remain responsible for directly supervising their children. Adults remain responsible for knowing their own swimming ability, health limitations, medication concerns, exhaustion level, and physical condition. If you know that you cannot swim safely, please do not enter deep water without appropriate supervision and safeguards. I'll repeat, if you know that you cannot swim safely, please do not enter deep water without appropriate supervision and safeguards. If you are dizzy, severely fatigued, overheated, under the influence, having trouble breathing, experiencing chest pain, feeling faint, or dealing with another serious medical concern, do not ignore those symptoms and continue swimming. Leave the water when it is safe to do so and notify someone immediately. Serious health concerns should be brought to the attention of the pool attendant and Boulder Ridge management so the concern can be documented and addressed appropriately. This is why, again, the rules are there. The rules are clearly, transparently there. Read the rules, share it, take a picture of it. It is there to keep everyone safe, keep every swimmer safe, to keep the pool enclosure, the pool area clean and pristine. I wanted to make sure it is clean for everyone to swim safely without fear of contamination and such. As for bugs, it is ready to eat for everyone. I mean, it is very much difficult to try to repel bugs, ants, mosquito, flies, and this is why there's no food or drinks within the enclosure. No food or drinks within the enclosure. Only water. I'm sure many residents know the rules that they have seen the posted signage that says no food and drinks, only water. I know it's hot. But if anyone complains, there is no food or drinks. So it is mentioned on the posted rules, along with no lifeguard on duty, like no vaping, smoking, no glass containers or sharp objects. Additional rules like no scooters, bicycles within inside a pool enclosure, no grill, and anything that's considered super heavy or oversized that is not allowed. So exercise common sense, please, when entering the pool enclosures. So again, if you're dizzy, severely fatigued, overheated, under the influence, having trouble breathing, experiencing chest pain, feeling faint, or dealing with another serious medical concern, do not ignore those symptoms and continue swimming. Leave the water when it is safe to do so and notify someone immediately. Serious health concerns should be brought to the attention of the pool attendant and Boulder Ridge management so the concern can be documented and addressed appropriately. For a life-threatening emergency, call 911 immediately. Do not wait for a routine do not wait for a routine office response when someone is unconscious, not breathing normally, experiencing severe chest pain, having a seizure, suffering a major injury, or showing another sign of immediate medical danger. When calling 911, clearly provide the community name, which is Boulder Ridge community name, the pool or amenity location. For example, Boulder Ridge, North Side, not too far from Dollar Tree or something. So clearly provide the community name, the pool or amenity location, the nature of the emergency, and whether the individual is conscious and breathing. Follow the dispatcher's instructions and do not interfere with trained responders. The rules exist because predictable hazards exist. The prohibition against running exists because wet pool decks are slippery. The prohibition against pushing, fighting, wrestling, or dangerous horseplay exists because someone may fall, strike the deck, panic, or be forced underwater. The prohibition against glass exists because broken glass can cause serious cuts and may be extremely difficult to locate near or beneath the water. Restrictions involving alcohol exist because impairment can affect judgment, balance, swimming ability, and reaction time. Supervision requirements exist because drowning and water distress can happen quickly and quietly. Food, smoking, vaping, pets, sanitation, guest access, and other restrictions may exist to protect water quality, maintain cleanliness, reduce conflict, and preserve the amenity for everyone for rent paying residents of Boulder Ridge community. These rules are not meaningless decorations and they are not to take away your fun. These rules are not meaningless decorations. They are not suggestions to follow only when convenient. They are preventive measures intended to protect the person following them and everyone else sharing the pool. They are there for you, them, and each and every one of you of the Boulder Ridge community neighborhood for swimmers' safety. If an adult knowingly violates a clearly posted rule and is injured or becomes ill because of that conduct, if an adult knowingly violates a clearly posted rule and is injured or becomes ill because of that conduct, the person's own decisions may be a major contributing factor. If a parent or guardian ignores supervision requirements, that decision may place a child or other swimmers in danger. And we don't like that. I don't like that. Please follow the rules. Personal responsibility matters. It is unfair to automatically blame the pool attendant or management whenever someone knowingly disregards an obvious safety precaution and experiences a foreseeable consequences. So again, it is unfair to automatically blame the pool attendant or management whenever someone knowingly disregards or violates an obvious safety precaution rules and experiences a foreseeable consequences. At the same time, I am not making a blanket legal declaration that management, property owners, employees, or other parties could never have responsibility under any circumstances. Every serious incident depends on its facts, applicable law, maintenance conditions, warnings, staff conduct, and other relevant evidence. Which is why I write on a note, I document, and try to communicate via e-notes, emails to supervisors and management of Boulder Ridge to make sure that they are aware, and that I am trying to get to know every swimmer's residents that have been living here regularly. The pool is part of the park's amenities, so does the gym, and of course, there's always rules to follow. There's rules posted almost everywhere around the park. It is common sense. A posted rule does not give anyone permission to ignore a known dangerous condition. My point is straightforward. Residents and guests cannot remove their own responsibility from the equation. The rules are there for everyone to follow, and I am doing my best to fairly communicate the rules and to keep the community safe. So again, you cannot knowingly run on a wet deck, ignore repeated warnings, become injured, and then pretend that your personal choices play no role. So again, you cannot knowingly run on a wet deck, ignore repeated warnings, become injured, and then pretend that your personal choices played no role. You cannot bring prohibited glass into the pool enclosure, break it, and act as though the resulting danger appeared without cause. So again, you cannot bring prohibited glass into the pool enclosure, break it, and act as though the resulting danger appeared without cause. You cannot leave a young child unattended and assume that no lifeguard on duty somehow transfers parental responsibility to a pool attendant. You cannot knowingly violate the rules and then expect the community to treat that decision as though the rule never existed. Regular swimmers should understand this common sense. So again, regular swimmers and residents that have been living here in Boulder Ridge Community Neighborhood should understand this common sense. If you have lived in Boulder Ridge for years or used the pool repeatedly, you should already recognize that the rules apply consistently. Long-term familiarity should lead to better judgment and greater cooperation, and not greater entitlement. So once again, regular swimmers should understand this common sense. If you have lived in Boulder Ridge for years or used the pool repeatedly, you should already recognize that the rules apply consistently. Long-term familiarity should lead to better judgment and greater cooperation, not greater entitlement. Pool attendants are Pool attendants are present because visible supervision, rule reminders, reporting, cleanliness, and general order still matter. Their presence does not eliminate personal responsibility. Their presence does not convert the facility into a lifeguard or aquatic center. Their presence does not mean that residents may ignore the signs and expect an employee to prevent every consequences. The attendant's role still serves a legitimate purpose, helping reduce unsafe conduct, communicating expectations, identifying visible hazards, documenting significant incidents, contacting management, and supporting an environment where people can enjoy the pool and return home safely. If an attendant gives a reasonable safety reminder, please stop and listen. Do not treat every instruction as a personal attack. The attendant normally did not invent the rule and may not have authority to waive it. Arguing at poolside does not change the posted policy, at least Boulder Ridge management posted policies. Residents with concerns about a rule, operating hours, guest limitations, food restrictions, accessibility, clubhouse use, enforcement practices, or another management decision should contact Boulder Ridge management directly. Management is the proper channel for requesting clarification, reporting a concern, filing a complaint, or asking whether a policy can be changed. But again, this is all about for your safety. If you are unable, if you're hurt or end up in the doctor or in the hospital, with all due respect, then you won't be able to swim or enjoy other opportunities elsewhere. So I don't understand why you need to violate the rules, safety rules, or safety guidelines if it's there for your safety. Well, that's what safety means, being safe. It is a very stress. topic, subject, matter that everyone would like to come home to see their loved one and their families, and and I'm trying to make sure that you understand why the rules exist for a purpose, for a reason. That includes questions about using the clubhouse kitchen, indoor tables, or designated areas for food. When management officially permits access, well, that's up to the management. Again, Boulder Ridge management. When management officially permits access to a clubhouse dining area, kitchen, or tables, residents should use those areas instead of bringing prohibited food into the pool enclosures. Residents must still verify the hours, access requirements, cleanup responsibilities, reservation policies, and guest limitations. Do not assume that pool access automatically grants unrestricted access to the entire clubhouse. Yeah, do not assume that. Use approved spaces respectfully. Like clean the table, dispose of trash, do not leave food or spills, do not leave food or spills behind, do not enter restricted rooms, do not block exits or emergency routes. A practical approved location for eating may help residents follow the no food rule at the pool, but the final arrangement must come from management. That is ultimately up to the management. So if you have any inquiries or any concerns, yes, raise that to the management. Send an email. I think there's a website, Boulder Ridge something, www Boulder Ridge Sun Communities, a guest or a resident portal to submit your inquiries, concerns, questions to them. So a practical approved location for eating may help residents follow the no food rule at the pool, but the final arrangement must come from management. The purpose of enforcement is not conflict. The purpose is prevention. The purpose is prevention. The purpose is not to embarrass residents. The purpose is not to control people for personal satisfaction. The purpose is to reduce injuries, serious distress or medical concern, protect water quality, preserve community property, maintain reasonable order, and help residents and guests return home safely. So here is the message to every regular swimmer and resident here in the community neighborhood of Boulder Ridge. Read the posted rules. Follow the current schedule. Follow the current schedule. Pool hours are 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. Tuesday through Sunday. So follow the current schedule or the hours. Know your swimming limitations. Supervise children directly. Do not swim alone. Do not run on the deck. Do not push, fight, wrestle, or engage in dangerous horseplay, especially around other swimmers when they get busy. Keep prohibited glass, alcohol, food, smoking products, pets, or other restricted items outside the enclosure. Report genuine hazards and health concerns promptly. Cooperate with reasonable staff instructions. Cooperate with reasonable staff instructions. I'm sorry. Cooperate with reasonable staff instructions if being personally told or addressed. But I do give general announcement, general reminders, especially for those coming in to go swimming. I appreciate you coming out, going swimming. It is a good amenity, but it is out in the hot sun. It is, again, rated E for everyone. So there are ants, bugs, mosquitoes, frogs, crickets, June bugs, beetles, ladybugs. It's open for all, and there's no way to prevent bugs from coming in. So I did my very best to reduce all those pests, insects hazards. So report genuine hazards and health concerns promptly. Cooperate with reasonable staff instructions. Contact management when you need clarification. Call 911 when there is a serious or life-threatening emergency, and take responsibility for your decisions. Free expression allows me to discuss these concerns openly. It also allows residents to ask questions and express respectful disagreements. But open discussion does not replace the rules, and this disagreement does not authorize someone to endanger others. Safety first. Safety first, personal responsibility matters. The rule applies to everyone, including myself and the management. We all have to follow the rules. Respect the residents. Respect everyone. You and me are people. We are people. We are the neighborhoods. We are the community, and we are families. Respect the staff. Respect the shared community. Use the pool responsibly. Remain aware of your surroundings. Remain aware of your surroundings, and help make sure everyone has the opportunity to return home safely. This is General Sunbeam with today's community safety reminder. Now, with that disclaimer and Boulder Ridge pool safety discussion addressed, let us proceed to the next live stream topic. So, again, good day, viewers. General Sunbeam here. Okay. All right, moving from community pool safety into a broader personal safety reminder, I also want to revisit convention awareness, friendship, communication, and preparation. Since anime conventions and public events began returning after the COVID-19 period, my wife and I had gradually formed friendships through anime, gaming, cosplay, photography, voice actors, and fan community events. These experiences have given us good memories, but they have also reminded me that large gatherings require awareness, planning, and personal responsibility. A close friend of ours is expected to visit us in early July here at this residence. I look forward to spending time together. If I want to be honest, not really. Not trying to be too rude, but yeah, I sort of look forward to spending time together. But I'm a very busy man, as you can see. That's what I mean. I'm a busy person. I'm trying to make money. I have large amount of credit card debt to pay off. Catching up, sharing interests, and possibly discussing future conventions or community activities. And I don't know. I'm a boring person. At the same time, whenever friends visit, travel, attend events, or spend time in unfamiliar areas, communication and safety should remain priorities, top priorities. Your health and safety comes first. Before going anywhere, everyone should understand the basic plans. Where are we going? Who is attending? What time are we leaving? What time do we expect to return? How are we traveling? Where will we meet if someone becomes separated? Who should be contacted if plans suddenly change? A simple message can prevent unnecessary confusion. A simple message can prevent unnecessary confusion. Tell your friends when you are leaving the house, entering a venue, visiting a dealer room, attending a panel, returning to a hotel, stopping for food, or heading home. At anime conventions, use the buddy system whenever reasonably possible. This does not mean controlling another adult or following someone constantly. It means maintaining basic communication and looking out for one another in crowded, unfamiliar, or high traffic environments. Choose a primary meeting location and a backup location. A good meeting point should be easy to identify, such as the main registration area, a clearly marked lobby or information desk, or a major entrance. Take photographs of useful landmarks. Take photographs of useful landmarks, room numbers, hotel entrance, parking sections, and venue signs. Large convention centers and connected hotels can become confusing, especially when several events, panels, vendors, and crowds are moving at the same time. Keep your phone charged and carry a portable battery when possible. Protect your identification, convention badge, wallet, medications, hotel key, vehicle keys, and personal belongings. Remain aware in crowded hallways, dealer room, artist alleys, parking garages, hotel corridors. Remain aware in crowded hallways, dealer's room, artist alleys, parking garages, hotel corridors, elevators, late night event areas, nearby restaurants, and public streets. Do not become so distracted by costumes, photographs, merchandise, games, or conversations that you stop paying attention to your surroundings. Please remember one of the most important rules of convention culture: cosplay is not consent. A costume, public appearance, photograph, live stream, or social media profile does not give anyone permission to touch another person. Ask before touching a costume, wig, prop, hand, shoulder, or any part of someone's body. Ask before taking posted or close up photographs whenever appropriate. Respect personal space and accept the answer when someone says no. Do not pressure someone into taking a photograph, giving contact information, entering a private room, attending an after party, drinking alcohol, or leaving the venue. Meeting new people can be part of the convention experience, but use good judgment. Remain in public areas until the trust has been established. Avoid entering unfamiliar hotel rooms, vehicles, isolated areas, or private gatherings alone. Before leaving with someone unfamiliar, inform a trusted friend. Share the location, transportation plans, and expected return time. Before leaving with someone unfamiliar or with a stranger, inform a trusted friend. Share the location, transportation plan, and expected return time. Harassment, stalking, intimidation, threats, unwanted physical contact, or attempts to prevent someone from leaving should be reported to convention staff, venue security, hotel management, police, or emergency services as appropriate. Friends should support one another without becoming controlling or manipulative. Adults still deserve independence and personal space, but reasonable communication helps prevent misunderstandings and unnecessary concern. Health awareness also matters. Eat regular meals, drink enough water, rest when tired or overstimulated. If it's been a long day, rest, drink enough water, eat. Bring necessary medication, wear comfortable shoes, protect yourself from excessive heat. Know your physical limits. Do not ignore serious symptoms simply because you do not want to miss a panel, guest appearance, cosplay gathering, or event activity. Do not ignore serious symptoms simply because you do not want to miss a panel, guest appearance, cosplay gathering, or event activity. Chest pain, difficulty breathing, loss of consciousness, severe dizziness, a serious injury, or another immediate medical emergency requires professional assistance. Notify event staff or security and call 911 when necessary. Alcohol should also be handled responsibly. Alcohol should also be handled responsibly. Adults who legally choose to drink should know their limits. Never accept an unattended drink from a stranger. And never drink and drive. Do not pressure another person to consume alcohol. For our friend visiting in early July, the goal is straightforward. Enjoy the visit, communicate clearly, respect the home, remain aware when traveling, and make good memories without creating unnecessary risks. For our friends and any friends, yes, make sure that you're 21 and over and you show your ID and do not drink or consume alcohol. And I want to make sure my wife doesn't get drunk or buzzed, especially at conventions. At conventions, if she drinks at conventions, I want to make sure she drinks at the hotel and does not wander off alone. I want my wife to come home safely. If she does not come home safely, there will be police, law enforcement, Both families will be contacted. I want to make that loud, bold, and clear. I love my wife, even though we have our ups and downs, but it should not be separated or away. Like it should not be like what's the word delegated or any way away from that her health and safety should be compromised. I do not want that. I want my wife to come home safely. I don't want my wife to miss work and I don't want my wife to miss the Honolulu Hawaii trip on September the 6th. We have plans for the Honolulu Hawaii on September the 6th, and I am documenting this. I'm expressing this all here as part of this live stream documentation for this to be logged and posted here on Facebook, YouTube, and be shared on Rumble to solidify that I have communicated this loud and clear, loud and clear. So once again, alcohol should also be handled responsibly. Adults who legally choose to drink should know their limits. Never accept an unintended drink from a stranger, and never drink and drive. Do not pressure another person to consume alcohol. For our friend visiting in early July, the goal is straightforward. Enjoy the visit, communicate clearly, respect the home, remain aware when traveling, and make good memories without creating unnecessary risks. Guests should also respect household expectations, keep doors secured, clean up shared areas, communicate before leaving or changing plans, and avoid bringing unapproved visitors into the home. If we attend a public gathering, restaurant, shopping area, convention, or entertainment location, we should remain together when practical and communicate before separating or going rogue, as a friend said. The purpose of these reminders is not to create fear or distrust. The purpose is preparation, the purpose is communication, the purpose is consent. The purpose is making sure my wife, our friend, our families, fellow attendees, vendors, cosplayers, performers, staff members, volunteers, and everyone, people alike represented at these events can enjoy themselves and return home safely. Have fun, take photographs, meet creators, support artists, attend panels, enjoy cosplay, build friendships, but stay aware of your surroundings, respect personal boundaries, and look out for one another. Safety should never ruin the experience. Good safety habits protect the experience. This is General Sunbeam reminding everyone that friendship, communication, consent, and awareness should remain part of every convention or pop-up events, public events, trip, and personal visit. Once again, our friend will be visiting in early July, and I look forward, or honestly, sort of look forward to welcoming him, spending time together, and continuing the friendships we have formed through the anime and convention community. Because again, I am not much of a person that likes to hang out with friends. To be honest, I'm a person that wants to be a content creator to make money and chase my dream career goal. Until then, I won't rest until that happens. The goal is simple: enjoy the visit, remain responsible, and make sure everyone returns home safely. All right, be right back, viewers. Just gonna step out to get the packages. Get the packages for my wife. I'm gonna charge these batteries. All right, I'm back. Just took a screenshot, took a picture that I got my wife's packages placed right in front of the front door. So I took care of that. So the package is complete and promoting my Instagram here and YouTube. I'm live here on YouTube, as you can see here on Facebook. I might also try to, there you go, share Facebook too on YouTube. There you go. So there's my Instagram account, promoting my Instagram. All right, gonna check my Facebook. Let me check the messenger for chats. Boulder Ridge neighborhood. Good day, good morning, community of Boulder Ridge neighborhood. Again, here in South Pflugerville, Central Texas, here in Boulder Ridge. So once again, heading to this area here. As you can see here, this is the Legacy area, the Legacy Clubhouse, the amenity office here, South Side. I want to remind the residents, regular residents, for those that have been regularly attending the pool, just to share this here, the pool hours from Tuesday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. They're consistent. Opens regularly at 10 a.m. and closes at 8 p.m. Same thing from the north side, right across from here. Pool hours, Tuesday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Of course, that depends on the pool attendant and the weather and maintenance. So I just want to throw that as a heads up. So again, part 2 of this video content for Boulder Ridge neighborhood community regarding pool hours. The pool hours is Tuesday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Unless there's maintenance, weather conditions, and if there's lack of attendance, pool attendance, then the pool may close early and it may open later. So I'm just throwing that out there, give everyone a heads up for the community of Boulder Ridge. Here in some communities, and as you can see right there, there is a posted pool rules. Follow the posted pool rules. The pool rules are general rules, laws, and policy are there for your safety. So I want every swimmers to be safe when going swimming, and I know all the regular residents know the rules. It's common sense. So I want everyone to be swimming safely and going home safely. So I want to make that clear. Just want to communicate to all Boulder Ridge residents and communities. So again, Tuesday through Sunday, the pool normally opens at 10 a.m. and closes at 8 p.m. That's the posted pool hours. Same thing from the other pool on the north side. On that location, there's 2 pools here at the community of Boulder Ridge, South Pflugerville, here in the city of Pflugerville in Central Texas, USA. The pool hours are Tuesday through Sunday, opens at 10 a.m. and closes at 8 p.m. 10 hours of pool swimming time here in this area, in this residential area, in this residential community neighborhood. Again, please follow the posted pool rules. I mean, as you can see, I'm trying to capture. You see, there's a posted pool rules. Honor the rules, pool rules. Any violators will be removed and will be subject to law enforcement. I want to throw that out there to make sure that all swimmers and residents, regular residents, are swimming safely and go home safely. Any medical concerns or serious distress, do inform me and let the management know. And medical first responders, police, law enforcement. Again, any serious non-compliance and rule violators will be removed and trespass or banned from the pool for the rest of the pool season.
Good day, good morning, community of Boulder Ridge neighborhood. Again, here in South Pflugerville, Central Texas, here in Boulder Ridge. So once again, heading to this area here. As you can see here, this is the Legacy area, the Legacy Clubhouse, the amenity office here, South Side. I want to remind the residents, regular residents, for those that have been regularly attending the pool, just to share this here, the pool hours from Tuesday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. They're consistent. Opens regularly at 10 a.m. and closes at 8 p.m. Same thing from the north side, right across from here. Pool hours, Tuesday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Of course, that depends on the pool attendant and the weather and maintenance. So I just want to throw that as a heads up. So again, part 2 of this video content for our Boulder Ridge neighborhood community regarding pool hours. The pool hours is Tuesday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Unless there's maintenance, weather conditions, and if there's lack of attendance, pool attendance, then the pool may close early and it may open later. So I'm just throwing that out there, give everyone a heads up for the community of Boulder Ridge. Here in some communities, and as you can see right there, there is a posted pool rules. Follow the posted pool rules. The The pool rules are general rules, laws, and policy are there for your safety. So I want every swimmers to be safe when going swimming, and I know all the regular residents know the rules. It's common sense. So I want everyone to be swimming safely and going home safely. So I want to make that clear. Just want to communicate to all Boulder Ridge residents and communities. So again, Tuesday through Sunday, the pool normally opens at 10 a.m. and closes at 8 p.m. That's the posted pool hours. Same thing from the other pool on the north side. On that location, there's two pools here at the community of Boulder Ridge, South Pflugerville, here in the city of Pflugerville in Central Texas, USA. The pool hours are Tuesday through Sunday, opens at 10 a.m. and closes at 8 p.m. 10 hours of pool swimming time here in this area, in this residential area, in this residential community neighborhood. Again, please follow the posted pool rules. I mean, as you can see, I'm trying to capture. You see, there's a posted pool rules. Honor the rules, pool rules. Any violators will be removed and will be subject to law enforcement. I want to throw that out there to make sure that all swimmers and residents, regular residents, are swimming safely and go home safely. Any medical concerns or serious distress, do inform me and let the management know. And medical first responders, police, law enforcement. Again, any serious non-compliance and rule violators will be removed and trespass or banned from the pool for the rest of the pool season. So again, part 2 of this video content for Boulder Ridge neighborhood community regarding pool hours. The pool hours is Tuesday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Unless there's maintenance, weather conditions, and if there's lack of attendance, pool attendance, then the pool may close early and it may open later. So I'm just throwing that out there, give everyone a heads up for the community of Boulder Ridge here in some communities. And as you can see right there, there is a posted pool rules. Follow the posted pool rules. The pool rules are general rules, laws, and policy are there for your safety. So I want every swimmers to be safe when going swimming, and I know all the regular residents know the rules. It's common sense. So I want everyone to be swimming safely and going home safely. So I want to make that clear. Just want to communicate to all Boulder Ridge residents and communities. The posted pool hours. Same thing from the other pool on the north side. On that location, there's two pools here at the community of Boulder Ridge, South Pflugerville, here in the city of Pflugerville in Central Texas, USA. The pool hours are Tuesday through Sunday, opens at 10 a.m. and closes at 8 p.m. 10 hours of pool swimming time here in this area, in this residential area, in this residential community neighborhood. Again, please follow the posted pool rules. I mean, as you can see, I'm trying to capture. You see, there's a posted pool rules.
All right, sorry about that. Just again, promoting Boulder Ridge pool hours. Today the pool is open and it is 12:32 p.m. 2:32 p.m. afternoon. June 25th, 2026, 2:32 p.m. Texas Central daytime. It is sunny. It is hot outside. It is 90 degrees Fahrenheit, mostly sunny. So yeah, just promoting, just trying to get it on live stream, just to document all that, because I'm going to delete that post. I'm just sharing that for transparency and to communicate with the Boulder Ridge residential neighborhood community here, to all the residents, to all homeowners, renters, and those using the pool and other general amenities. Just a reminder that the pool hours open at 10 a.m. and closes at 8 p.m. consistently Tuesday through Sunday. Unless there is unless weather maintenance, serious maintenance, or any contamination occurred, then the pool may close early or it may delay opening time. All right. So again, I will say this. Just remember 2013, artificial intelligence, AI didn't exist, and I used to type a lot on my digital stories by hand and on phone when I used to work at Main Event Entertainment. Oh yeah, where's that human decency? A professional response regarding AI assisted creative work. So thank you to everyone who has reviewed, supported, questioned, or criticized my recent content posts. I welcome honest discussion and including disagreement because public creative work naturally invites different opinions. For clarity, I openly disclose when an image is generated or assisted by artificial intelligence. I do not claim that I personally drew every visual, and I do not present myself as a traditional illustrator. My primary role is that of a creative writer, original concept developer, storyteller, and aspiring animation producer. I began writing my stories by hand and typing them independently as far back as 2013. My characters, regimes, conflicts, settings, terminology, and broader story concepts existed before many of these visual experiments. AI is currently one of the tools I use to visualize ideas that I do not yet have the financial resources. I that I do not yet have the financial resources, artistic training, production team, or animation studio to create manually. I respect traditional artists and recognize the time, discipline, education, and technical skill required to draw, design, and animate professionally compared to cutting corners from all these artificial intelligence like ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, Venice, Perchance, Novo AI, and all that. Supporting AI assisted visualization does not require disrespecting traditional art. Both discussions can exist at the same time. People are free to oppose AI generated content, advocate for stronger laws, criticize criticize the companies that develop these systems, support traditional artists, block AI related pages, unfollow creators, or simply scroll past content they do not enjoy. Those are legitimate personal choices. However, repeatedly commenting, learn to draw, accusing every AI users or pretending to be an artist or directing personal insults at individual creators does not meaningfully address the larger concerns surrounding training data, copyright, plagiarism, compensations, or industry regulations, or against AI in general. In my view, banning or removing one particular tool would not automatically eliminate long-standing problems involving piracy, unauthorized copying, plagiarism, reposting, art theft, or copy and paste copyright infringement. Those concerns existed before modern generative AI and require serious discussion involving technology companies, lawmakers, artists, publishers, platforms, and consumers. Disagreement with AI does not automatically prove that every person using it is committing fraud, stealing a specific artist's work, or falsely claiming authorship. Each situation should be evaluated according to the actual content, disclosures, platform policies, applicable laws, and evidence involved. I make a sincere effort to be transparent. I am making a difference. I am part of that change, that I'm doing the right thing here. So I make a sincere effort to be transparent, open, and honest. I cannot stress this enough. I disclose the use of artificial intelligence or AI when applicable. I do not claim that I manually illustrated the generated images. I identify the visuals as concept, experiments, or references rather than finished animation. I am not currently earning money from these Facebook concept posts or Instagram concept posts. I continue to credit my original writing project and explain the purpose of the visuals. I remain interested in eventually working with real artists, animators, designers, musicians, voice actors, editors, and producers in the traditional human led pipeline of turning all this into anime on television. I am also competing in a crowded online environment where many other creators use AI assisted tools to present stories, characters, videos, music, and visual concepts. My goal is to distinguish my work through original world building, writing, presentation, character development, and long-term creative direction, not by pretending that I possess drawing skills I have never claimed to have. Constructive criticism is welcome. Questions about my process are welcome. Respectful disagreement is welcome. However, personal attacks, profanity, repetitive harassment, and comments that contribute nothing beyond insulting me may be hidden, deleted, or blocked when I have time to moderate the page, or delete the whole post after screenshot them to add to my next solar news content, video production, or live stream. In this case, I am doing right now. I am putting all this here on live stream. No one is required to support my work, and also no one is required to follow me, subscribe. I will humbly say this: nobody is required to subscribe, follow me at all. I mean, if I had the money, if I am able to monetize my content, I am trying to save the money, put it in the bank, and trying to build that wealth to chase that dream to become my own anime director, anime creator, anime producer, and to direct my own anime onto the streaming platforms, onto televisions, just like every other Shonen Jump anime that works for Crunchyroll and able to stream their animes on TV. I cannot say that enough. I am looking for leads, and that's what I want. I want people to send me leads, send me the website, reach out to the platforms and all that. But humbly, as I said, no one is required to support my work. No one is required to subscribe to my YouTube channel or to follow me. I want every one of you, viewers and audience, to do your research to look up who I am. I have been out there for 3 decades. I've been out there for most of my life. I am not hiding behind a false avatar or a false entity. I am not hiding in a closet. I am showing myself and I am communicating openly. I'm not hiding behind no paper bag or anything. This is the real me live streaming and streaming here and expressing all this. I'm well aware of what's going on with AI and human-led artists, human artists, and so far I am not doing anything critically wrong. I'm not doing anything that is harmful when using AI such as ChatGPT. So no one is required to support my work. At the same time, I am not required to provide unlimited space on my own page for hostile or repetitive, hateful comments, derogatory comments, negative bullcrap comments, false narratives, bunch of bullcrap BS, bad statement or bad address, insults, put downs, all that. That should not be protected under the First Amendment. Even if you're speaking your honest, brutal thoughts, well, I'm not allowed to provide unlimited space to allow hateful, inflammatory comments or discuss against AI. I am expressing this out as a disservice. I am personally expressing this out as a disservice. Disservice, so someone would scratch the surface to know what I do, that I do use AI and I don't hide the fact so. I am grateful that one of my Facebook posts reached approximately 600 views when I expected to not gain that momentum. At the same time, my Wattpad account remains at roughly 10 followers despite the years I have spent writing and developing these stories. That contrast is frustrating because the visual post receives immediate attention and notice, while the original writing behind it is often overlooked, grossly overlooked and underestimated. Despite that, I have been providing strong exposure and visual exposures on my previous live streams promoting my Wattpad. It is still stuck at 10 followers, and I am promoting my Instagram too and TikTok. I have been sharing that and getting that exposure on both my live streams here on Facebook and YouTube. So yeah, that contrast is frustrating because the visual post receives immediate attention and some hate and some negative feedback, while the original writing behind it is often overlooked. My request is simple. Even when you dislike the technology used to visualize the project, Please recognize that substantial writing, planning, naming, world building, and creative effort existed before the image was generated. My long-term goal remains the same: to develop Supremacy, clash between heroes and villains, into a serious original animated production with professional creative team. Viewers may support it, criticize it, respectfully ignore it, unfollow, unsubscribe, or block the content, or scroll along. Those choices are entirely valid. I will continue developing my project honestly, labeling my process, improving my presentation, and searching for collaborators who understand the vision, despite that it is AI generated. For someone that looks the other way and cares about the money and trying to make it a reality, I appreciate it. So thank you to everyone who has offered constructive feedback and encouragement. And this is one of the Facebook posts. Let's see the insight. 60, 60. See, it's not gaining momentum. It's not gaining a lot of attention for this particular post. So these are a few comments. DJ Carl Adonis Silason says, learn to draw and stop pretending to be one of us. You're not an artist and you are just LARPing. Fuck AI. Well, viewer discretion is advised. So I'm just getting all this on live stream. That's what it looks like. So I'll go ahead and put that, call them out and put that all on the stream. And just in case, I'll go ahead and promote my Wattpad link, share my Wattpad link here. Share my TikTok. All right, so anyway, all right, to wrap up this live stream, I want to bring the discussion back to the reason I am here and the work I intend to continue doing. I have spoken today about unsolicited messages, unexplained images, and random reels, hostile comments, questionable solicitations, and the difference between genuine professional communication and meaningless online noise. My purpose is not to start arguments, encourage retaliation, or send viewers after anyone. No, I don't have a lot of viewers. I don't think anybody cares to watch my live stream at all. I don't have a genuine audience or a fan base at all. So again, I don't believe in violence. I don't believe in harm. I'm just expressing and speaking my mind, showing how aware I am what's going on online and offline. So I have spoken about unsolicited messages, cold outreach, unexplained images, random reels, hostile comments, questionable solicitations, and the difference between genuine professional communication and meaningless online noise. My purpose is to establish reasonable boundaries and explain what kind of communication is actually useful to me as an independent creator. I maintain public accounts. Let me give me some more tea. I am dehydrated. My mouth is running dry. All right. As I was saying, I maintain public accounts because I want people to discover my writing, characters, fictional regimes, visual concepts, and long-term anime project. However, public visibility does not mean unlimited access to my attention, personal information, time, finances, or intellectual property. I welcome respectful conversation. I welcome constructive criticisms or constructive feedback. I welcome genuine creative interests. I welcome verifiable opportunities. I welcome people who can explain how professional I welcome people I welcome people who can explain how professional animation, publishing, financing, pitching, or production works. What I do not welcome is spam, manipulation, unexplained content, personal hostility, fake studio claims, scams, suspicious payment demands, or promises that can't be independently verified. When someone contacts me professionally, I expect context. Tell me who you are, why you are reaching out, what experience you have, and how your message relates to my project. Include an official website, portfolio, company page, published work, or documented opportunity whenever possible. That is not an unreasonable expectation. That is not an unreasonable expectation. It is a basic standard of professional communication. I also want to reiterate my position regarding artificial intelligence. I openly acknowledge that I use ChatGPT and other AI assisted tools to organize my thoughts, revise written material, explore character concepts, plan social media posts, develop world building, and translate ideas from my imagination into visual references. I am not claiming that I personally illustrated every concept image. I am not pretending that AI generated material is a completed anime production or manually hand drawn. I am not presenting myself as a traditionally trained illustrator when that is not my background. I identify myself primarily as the writer, creator, world builder, and aspiring producer behind the original concept. The ideas, characters, factions, relationships, conflicts, symbols, and narrative direction come from my creative vision. AI is one of the tools I presently use to help communicate that vision while I continue learning how to build a more complete and professional production process or a traditional pipeline. People are entitled to disagree with generative AI, but they should not be harassing and provoking independent AI creators, other AI content creators that uses AI. Traditional artists have legitimate concerns about consent, compensation, attribution, employment, training data, and the future of creative labor. Those discussions deserve thoughtful attention, but once again, it does not mean, or let me get to the point. At the same time, disagreement does not justify personal attacks, ridicule, insults, gatekeeping, or declaring that another human being has no right to write, imagine, experiment, or create. I am not trying to replace every artist, animator, actor, composer, or production professional. A serious version of Supremacy, Clash Between Heroes and Villains, would still require skilled people working together through a structured pipeline. It would require writers, editors, producers, directors, storyboard artists, character designers, background artists, animators, voice actors, composers, sound designers, legal professionals, business planners, marketers, and distributors. I understand that those professionals deserve proper compensation, credit, contracts, reasonable working conditions, and respect for their contributions and their efforts. And I myself, on a tight budget, I do not have that kind of money. I am not a multimillionaire, and I don't know how to do such collaborations. I don't know how to make that kind of money. That is the future I am trying to build toward. My central project remains Supremacy, Clash Between Heroes and Villains. It is my original story universe involving heroic regimes, four villainous regimes, eight absolute leaders, supernatural power, military conflict, political rivalry, loyalty, betrayal, survival, and world-changing warfare. with superpowers and isekai politics and alternative universe. The governing rule of that universe is that only an equal can truly defeat another equal. Ordinary armies may fight, resist, retreat, sacrifice, and influence the course of history, but the absolute leaders exist on another level of power. Their rivalries determine the fate of entire civilizations. That is the world I want to continue developing. After this live stream, I intend to return to my creative work. I will continue using ChatGPT to help organize ideas, refine descriptions, prepare scripts, structure character profiles, and develop responsible promotional material. I will continue posting on Instagram and other social media platforms. I will continue presenting my original characters, regimes, symbols, cities, conflicts, relationships, and story concepts. I will continue taking the visual thoughts inside my mind and placing them onto the page, the screen, and the digital canvas so that other people can understand what I am trying to create from my thoughts. Each post is another piece of the larger project. Each character description helps each character description helps define the world. Each image establishes a visual direction. Each 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 image establishes a visual direction. Each written segment strengthens the series concept. Each live stream gives me another opportunity to explain the mission. I understand that social media alone will not automatically produce a television series. Posting concept images is not the same as completing a pilot. Receiving likes is not the same as securing financing. Going viral is not the same as building a sustainable production company. That is why I want to move gradually from ideas toward professional development. My future goals include creating a clear series bible, a polished pilot outline, character reference sheets, setting descriptions, faction histories, a production pitch, and an ownership statement, sample scenes, a manageable proof of concept, and realistic estimates for budget, staffing, scheduling, and distribution. I am not expecting an entire anime series to appear overnight. I am looking for a legitimate next step. That next step may be a professionally edited screenplay. It may be a manga style one shot. It may be a storyboard sequence. It may be a short animatics. It may be a voice acted scene. It may be a 60 to 90-second concept trailer. It may be a meeting with someone who understands independent animation developments. Whatever the next step becomes, I want it to be credible, documented, manageable, and respectful of everyone involved. To the viewers who sincerely support me, the most useful assistance is straightforward. Read the project material, share the official pages, offer specific feedback, send verifiable opportunities, recommend legitimate professionals, explain realistic submission processes, help identify what is missing from the pitch, support the concept without making promises that cannot be fulfilled. I appreciate encouragement, but I value useful direction even more. I am not asking viewers to guarantee my success. I am asking people to recognize that I am serious about developing this project and that I am willing to continue learning. My inspiration includes creators who began with personal ideas and gradually built teams, demonstrations, audiences, and larger productions. I respect what Monty Ohm accomplished in developing his work and helping establish Ruby through Rooster Teeth. I am not claiming to be him, and Supremacy is not an imitation of Ruby. I am inspired by the broader lesson that a strong idea requires visible execution, persistence, collaboration, and a production structure. That is the direction I want to pursue in my own way. I am General Sunbeam. I am a creative writer. I am a world builder. I am a content creator, streamer. I am the creator of Supremacy Clash Between Heroes and Villains. I am an inspiring anime producer and director who is still developing the knowledge, materials, professional connections, and resources required to move forward. I will continue writing. I will continue creating. I will continue learning. I will continue organizing my visual thoughts. I will continue sharing my original characters and concepts. I will continue looking for a responsible path from imagination to production. To everyone who watched, who cared to watch, listened, shared, commented respectfully, or offered genuine support, thank you for giving me your time. Please communicate with purpose, and please respect creative boundaries. Please verify opportunities before trusting them. Please support artists and writers responsibly. And please remember that every finished creative project begins as an idea that someone was willing to take seriously. Supremacy remains a work in progress, and I'm trying really hard to get there, to get it on television as a post production stage. The characters are still developing, the world is still expanding, the production missions continues. This is General Sunbeam concluding today's live stream so I can return to writing, planning, posting, and turning the ideas inside my mind into something visible. Stay bright, stay creative, stay professional, keep moving forward. That remains the mission, and that is the memo. And that's all I gotta say here on part 3 of the live stream. So this is the person here. This is the Facebook user that's been giving me, that's been saying all this right here. That's been saying these two right here, and then there's DJ Corol. I mean, I already got it on live stream, so it is documented onto the system, onto the archive, and onto the content for YouTube and Rumble. For those that want shock value or some sort of content drama value or something, there you go.
Good day, good morning for our community of Boulder Ridge neighborhood here in South Pflugerville, Central Texas, here in Boulder Ridge. So once again, heading to this area here. As you can see here, this is the Legacy area, the Legacy Clubhouse, the amenity office here, South Side. I want to remind the residents, regular residents, for those that have been regularly attending the pool, just to share this here, the pool hours from Tuesday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. They're consistent. Opens regularly at 10 a.m. and closes at 8 p.m. Same thing from the north side, right across from here. Pool hours, Tuesday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Of course, that depends on the pool attendant and the weather and maintenance. So I just want to throw that as a heads up. So again, part 2 of this video.
Like hello, they phone safe, looks official. 8 thrones, one world, one law of power, only equals great equals. Intact and numerous, the sky remembers the names. The leader sealed in myth, unburned by flame. So war learned to quiet a blade to swing, not killing.
Help me write a haunting, scary, spooky, expressive Instagram post. Top 5 SEO hashtags for Instagram posts. And fit it within 2,200 character limits of Instagram, detailing and explaining that these are the shadow regime ground forces, the ground units, the soldiers. This is their soldiers of the shadow regime faction of my Titan Numis original concept, original animation. Hope to get on television. Supremacy, clash between heroes and villains. So this shows the haunting, superstitious, and the paranoia, anxious, creepy, haunting vibe, horror inspired of the shadow regime forces. They're soldiers, ghouls, and apparitions and haunting details.